What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. Now, I come back to the game to start getting ready for the new season coming out. We were supposed to have it released today. Was going to have a live stream yesterday, but unfortunately, as we know, the devs did push this back. So they gave us this message: agents, in preparing for season 11, we began experiencing a series of delays in our localization process, consequently impacting the experience for many players around the world. Therefore, after much discussion, we have made the difficult decision to move the release of season 11 and the live stream to a later date. We understand this is not the update our community wants to hear, and we appreciate your ongoing support. Because of your support, it is important for us to provide the best player experience possible with this update, and releasing on the scheduled February 7th date would not deliver that. We will update you on a new release date as soon as we can. In the meantime, we apologize for the inconvenience. We look forward to sharing more information about the Season 11 stream once we have it, the Division 2 development team. So, that's unfortunate, but hopefully we get it sooner than later. And honestly, I'd rather have them wait for it to be perfect, at least as close to perfect as it can be before they release it. So there's, not that big of a deal for me. I know some of the community is upset about it, but it is what it is. But anyway, so I've just been doing a lot of random stuff, resource convoys, open world activities, countdown, all that good stuff, and I thought I would go ahead and show you the build that I've been using. So I've definitely been enjoying this build, utilizing some of the newer stuff in the game. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the beautiful thing about this build is that every single piece on this build is giving us damage for our gun, and I'm not talking about just crit damage. So we have Fenris Mask that gives us plus 10% assault rifle damage, row with max armor, 14% on our expertise, max crit damage, crit chance with a max crit chance mod. Then we have the Perfect Spotter, the named chest piece closer, which gives us plus 5% total armor for a one-piece brand set bonus. Row with max armor, crit damage, crit chance with a max crit damage mod. This one is also 14% armor expertise. And the talent is Perfect Spotter. Amplifies total weapon and skill damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. And we're also utilizing the Picaro's holster. Brand set bonus gives us plus 10% skill haste. Row with max armor, 14% armor on the expertise, max crit chance, and of course the named holster allows us to have plus 15% weapon damage. Then we have some Fox's Prayers. Gives us max weapon damage, crit damage, plus 8% damage to target out of cover, and 11% armor for the expertise. Our gloves, Contractor's Gloves, max weapon damage, crit damage, and plus 8% damage to armor with 11% armor for the expertise. Now, if you want, say you're not playing heroic, you're on challenging or hard map, and you're not really dealing with a lot of enemies with armor, you can definitely change this out for a group build piece, which will give you 6% more crit chance and 15% more crit damage. That's a good way to go if you're not dealing with a lot of enemies that have armor. And then of course our Memento backpack, we all know what it does, but I'll just quickly go over it. It does come with all core attributes, max weapon damage, max armor with a 1 skill tier, 14% armor for the expertise with a max crit chance mod. Kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So we have 3 red attributes, so every time we pick up a trophy, it gives us plus 15% weapon damage. We have 4 blue attributes, which is going to give us plus 40% bonus armor, and of course our 1 skill tier, which gives us plus 5% skill efficiency. Now again, skill efficiency is basically every single skill attribute in the game, and if you want to know more about that, I will leave a link in the description to a video that I did explaining exactly what skill efficiency is. So the long-term buff: for every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for 300 seconds. Maximum is 30 stacks. So once we get full stacks, we're going to have an extra 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and a 3% armor regen at all times. As it says, it lasts for 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. But every time you collect a trophy, it's refreshing that 5 minutes. So it's basically up the whole time. So that's the beautiful thing about this build. We have 4 blues, and then when you count the weapon damage from the Picard's holster, we technically have 4 reds as well. So we're getting a lot of damage from this build, while still having decent armor at 1.6 million. And the guns that we're using, we have the Kingbreaker, which is one of the newer named weapons. With this combined with the chest piece, 20%, I mean, you're talking 40% multiplicative damage just with these 2 pieces alone. Okay, and then obviously another 16% with these 2 pieces. So yeah, this build is dealing out a lot of damage. So the Kingbreaker comes with max assault rifle damage, health damage, damage to target out of cover. The talent Perfect Flatline amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulse enemies after 2 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. And then the mods is a plus 5% crit chance, plus 20 rounds, plus 10% crit damage, and plus 5% crit chance. Then our secondary, we do have the ACS 12, roll with max shotgun damage, damage to armor, damage to target out of cover. And I did roll flatline on this as well, which is the regular flatline is just basically instead of 20%, it gives you 15% pulse enemies, and after 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. And this has 2 5% crit chance mods on this one. So you can see in our stats, for Kingbreaker, 50% crit chance, 115 crit damage, 75% headshot damage, 8 armor damage, and 21% health damage. I don't know why I went away from that. For a shotgun, 50% crit chance, 105 crit damage, 65 headshot damage, 20% armor damage. So yeah, again, we're dealing out a lot of damage with this build. Then the memento, just add in that 30% damage, but every time we pick up a trophy, that goes from 30 to 45% damage. That's a lot of extra damage. Anyway, our skills, I do have the scanner pulse. This is how we're going to pulse our enemies. And this pulse also will be up at all times when you just get half the stacks of the memento. So you can see the cooldown is 16.7, but the duration is 13.4 seconds. So as I said with skill efficiency, it is every skill attribute in the game. So the skill haste is going to get the cooldown to come down, and the skill duration is going to get the duration to go up. And just to give you an idea of the duration, like I said, when we're at full stacks, we'll get 30%. But I'll just put this on. You can see this gives us 20% skill duration, which took it from 13.4 to 15.7. And that's just with 20% extra skill duration. Like I said, once we get full stacks of memento, we'll have 30% skill duration. And then the skill haste will take the cooldown well under the 15.7 seconds. Alright, so with the one skill tier, it gives us plus 15% effect duration. Then our expertise gives us another 15% duration. And the 2 mods, 10% radius and 10% effect duration. And of course, on our second skill, we are utilizing the Striker's Shield, because with this build, I was just trying to get as much damage as possible. And as we can see in the middle here, in addition, the Striker's Shield boosts the damage of the user and all allies behind them based on the number of enemies in front of the shield. Now the shield skill tier increases with both blue and yellow core attributes, and agents are briefly disoriented when shield breaks from hostile damage. So we have 4 blues and 1 yellow, so it is at skill tier 5. You can see our damage buff per enemy in front of us, 12%. So that is a lot of extra damage for enemies in front of us. so definitely wanted to take advantage of that. And the tier 5 shield plus 50% active regen plus 200% shield health plus 25% holstered regen and plus 1.8% buff strength. And then we just have a 2% regen for our expertise. The mods on this, 8% shield health, 4.9% shield health, and the plus 5% damage bonus. Another thing I definitely need to go over is my pistol, because honestly, just about every build that I have right now, if I don't have an exotic in one of these spots, there's really no reason not to have the busy little bee, because it's just free damage. So this one is rolled. The expertise has plus 11% weapon damage, roll with max pistol damage and a 10% damage to target out of cover. So the talent, Busy Little Bee, each shot to a different target will give 1 stack up to 10. Each stack will give 20% weapon damage. Stacks will activate once the agent switches weapons and will last for 10 seconds. So even if you just have one enemy in front of you, pull out your pistol, hit the enemy one time, go back to your regular gun, and you have an extra 20% weapon damage for 10 seconds. I mean, that's just crazy. So, I mean, every single build that I have now is going to have the Busy Little Bee just to have that free damage, you know? And, you know, unless I'm utilizing an exotic here, since obviously we can't equip more than one exotic on our guns, Busy Little Bee will always be over here. It's just best in slot for your pistols right now. So let's go ahead and go over the specialization real fast. So we have plus 20% burn duration, plus 30% health on kill. Armor kit recovers 200% armor and 200% health over 10 seconds. And of course, the main reason we have this specialization is for the striker shield, which I've already gone over. You know, getting all of that extra damage, especially if you have 3, 4, or 5 enemies in front of you, that's just a lot of extra damage. Then of course we have allies deal plus 10% damage to enemies that are within 10 meters of you. So if you are in a team, anytime you're using this shield with firewall, you need to be closer to them for that extra damage bonus to activate. So all of your team is getting 10% extra damage every time you're within 10 meters of an enemy. So that's always a good thing. Plus 30% bonus armor during cover-to-cover moves, plus 50% pulse resistance, and on armor break, apply burn to enemies within 5 meters, disabled in PvP. So yeah, that is the build breakdown, and it definitely does its thing. So hopefully you guys try this out. If you do try it out, or tweak it to your playstyle, let me know how you guys are running it. Would definitely love to hear that. And yeah, that's all I've got. Have some gameplay coming up. And as always, my friends on YouTube, take it easy.
We need to prevent True Sons from using the Metro to transport chemical weapons. So start by disabling any operational trains you find.
You can't let those munitions be distributed. You saw what they did to the castle.
eyes on Wilson. Outside near the main entrance to the mall. We need to terminate this son of a bitch. There's no direct route from your position, so you'll have to divert through the hotel and into the mall.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Get the munitions. We gotta secure the ordnance. Negative. The subway's compromised. Then find another way.
Setting up my turret. That's close enough.
Hey, Agent, I see you.
Elevator that should take you to the mall. Wilson is still by the entrance. We've spotted a mortar team with him. These are probably the fuckers who attacked the castle.
Hostile forces incoming. Entering contaminated area. DC-62 toxic detected. Contamination level lethal.
What the hell? These readings are insane. They must have a lab nearby for weaponizing this shit. Make sure you put it out of operation.
Enemy is too close.
send in a team to dismantle the rest of that crap once you've cleared the site.
Keep it together. Fuck you!
Leaving contaminated area.
Go to see if there's anything.
We're losing people. Don't let Wilson get away.
No more contacts. Great work. Wilson's unit is out of action, and you've crippled True Sun's chemical warfare efforts. Also, Kelso just reported in to confirm the survivors from the castle settlement have safely reached the rooftop settlement.